Hi there. In this video I'm going to be assembling this Metalkas REGAL R175 shelves unit that I bought from Kaufland, and hopefully it's at least half as sturdy as they show it to be, because I'm not going to put anything that heavy on it, but I would like it to be a bit stiffer. So let's get to it. First of all, as you can see, 5 shelves of 175 kilograms maximum weight each. They are wood, MDF, so where in here they managed to fit all of that, I have no clue. Probably they are really thin, we will see. No screws needed, are gloves included, or we might need them. And yeah, you can presumably also assemble it in this form if you want to. I don't know, we'll see. Let's open it up and get to it. As suspected, the MDF is really thin and it's relying on the metal underneath it to support the weight on top. But I really like it because it's quite shiny. How can I show you this? So it doesn't have a rough surface to it. On both sides it's quite shiny. Hopefully you can hear that. So it's not that 100% industrial that you cannot put any sensitive stuff on it because you will scratch it. So that's ideal for where this will be used. Now let's get to assembling this thing, and presumably it should have some instructions somewhere, or are they on the back of the packaging? This is what we found under this thing. Stickers. Up to here, first sticker that you can glue it somewhere, and then the smaller ones are individual that you put on each shelf to remember what's the max weight. And basically this is what we need to do. Start assembling with 2 of the big side pieces, corner pieces. Then we start putting in them the smaller lateral piece, then a bigger front and back piece. They are showing you here how they need to look like when they are connected. So this will not fully protrude from these holes. They need to go through them a bit deeper in there. And we have some connecting elements somewhere. Where are they? These things that make the legs longer if we go for the tallest version, and that is what I'm doing. I'm not doing the one that I showed you that you can do if you want, which is shorter and longer on this direction. I don't want that. And they show you minimum 8mm in diameter connection to the wall. We will be using something bigger than that for sure, and you do not put all the weight in the middle or on the edges. You put it safely inside of it and spread around. And this is the maximum that you are allowed for the first for the height of the first shelf, because otherwise probably there is not enough support right here at the bottom, so you cannot go higher than that. Let's get to it. This is what they were showing in the instructions. This, which is basically this thing right here, needs to go through the hole and come out the other side like this. Not go through the first part of the hole and then poke out on the rear of this thing. So on the rear of it you only see them passing through. You don't see the ends because the ends are on the same side that the sheet, all of it is. And yes, obviously the lip needs to be on the inside because it will support those things right there, the plywood, actually MDF, not plywood. Anyway, So I have two of these halves done, and now I will connect them with the big rails and basically form this part right here, the bottom of it. I put it at the lowest level. I don't want to put anything under this thing. Everything will be on the shelves themselves. And we have the feet right there that I will put on this. Be careful when inserting it. Don't let it slip outside the hole, the cut in here. That's never good. So you might need to push on it to make sure that it goes under this thing, because at the moment they are hitting one directly in the other and this will not go lower. So this needs to push in here until this goes a bit down, and everything should go okay from there. And now I'm installing the long part, and then I will attach these two thingies together. At this point we are installing the connections, which go on the inside and basically connect in about the same way, but this one is a bit bent, so it doesn't really want to connect. Go in there, and at the same time go in there and lower it in place, and then the top of it enters in the same way in the bottom of this rail. Everything else is finished. Now I need to install these things, which don't come pre-bent. So basically I kind of need to bend them myself like this, a bit over 90 degrees, and get them in the hole right there, and like that. And now about the similar thing on the other side. I should have done it previously, but I didn't. And yep, I did a bit of a boo-boo. Now you come from this side with it, and it should slide in, and it's out. And now with a flathead screwdriver you put it behind it, or with a knife, which is way more dangerous. You start to basically bend it like this, and then you should be wearing gloves, not like me. You continue to bend this thing like that, and you are done. Obviously do the same on the other side, and then we should be able to put in the MDF. This might refuse to go in, you can see it right here. So what you need to do, grab one of these and bend it, and now you simply push it and it goes in. I don't know if this is a feature to have these things more securely pushed in here, but seems to be working. Last step, we break the feet from that plastic carrier and just push them in here, and when you put everything down it remains in place. The same for the top of it, you just push them in there. And it's finished. I will just drill some holes in the wall on both sides, and it will pull it straight, because now it's fairly straight. That's about all that I can say. I wasn't able to put this on the ends, because normally I don't think you put this at the absolute highest level, but I want it there. I don't want any things pointing up, so I will modify those to somehow fit or just glue them in there. And that's about it. This thing is extremely light. I don't believe that it holds 175 kilograms onto each of these. Just look at it. I just don't believe it. Yes, maybe if you just put full weights stationary and never ever try to move this thing, hold it onto the wall also, maybe you can get away with it, but I would not do that and stand right next to this thing. It's much too light for that, in my opinion, at least. Probably they did some tests and managed to make this thing hold that much, but for home use I'm not going to do that. Anyway, seems quite okay.